A legacy of kindness. A true life story narrated by alternative humanity. The blistering summer sun beat down relentlessly on the bustling city, its heat reflecting off the steel and concrete of the construction sites that punctuated the skyline. On the corner of 5th and Main, a large construction site was alive with the rhythmic sounds of hammering and machinery. Among the hard-working crew, Jim Carter, a seasoned construction veteran, stood tall and resilient, a testament to years of sweat, grit, and determination. At 63, Jim had seen it all, the highs, the lows, the challenges, and the triumphs. But now, as he wiped the sweat from his brow and surveyed the ongoing work, he found himself standing at a crossroads, one that was beginning to weigh heavily on his mind. Jim had been contemplating retirement for months. The thought of leaving behind the camaraderie of the construction site and the daily grind was both alluring and daunting. Retirement was supposed to be a golden opportunity to relax and enjoy the fruits of his labor. Yet, the decision was not as simple as it seemed. Every day he wrestled with doubts and uncertainties. He wondered if he was truly ready to step away from a field he had dedicated his life to, and whether he would miss the sense of purpose that came with his job. The turning point came on a sweltering July afternoon. The site was busy as usual, with workers scattered around, their voices mingling with the hum of machinery. Jim was deep in conversation with his foreman when a familiar face emerged from the crowd, a younger man named Tom Reynolds. Tom had worked with Jim years earlier, a promising talent who had left the industry to pursue other opportunities. Jim's heart ached when he saw Tom's haggard appearance and the weariness etched into his features. Tom, once full of ambition and drive, now looked like a shadow of his former self. Tom approached Jim, his demeanor hesitant but hopeful. "Jim, it's been a while," he began, his voice cracking slightly. "I didn't expect to run into you here." Jim greeted Tom with a warm smile, though he could see the strain in Tom's eyes. "Tom, it's good to see you. How have you been?" Tom's response was a mix of forced optimism and quiet desperation. "It's been tough. I've had a hard time finding work lately. I've got a wife and 3 kids to take care of, and the bills have been piling up. I'm doing everything I can, but it's just not enough." Jim's heart sank as he listened. He could see the burden of responsibility weighing heavily on Tom's shoulders. The contrast between the bright-eyed young man he once knew and the struggling father standing before him was stark. The conversation lingered with Jim long after Tom had left, and it gnawed at him during his quiet moments. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Like and share this video with your friends and family. The world is slowly becoming a cold and dark place. Sad stories are usually shared more often on our news feeds and are promoted more quickly than positive ones. Whenever you like and share our content with your circles, you shine a bright ray of hope into this world which echoes in eternity. This act of kindness will help more people to see such positive content on their video feed and make this world a much more positive community. How do we change the world? We will do so through one random act of kindness at a time, one video at a time. Now, back to our amazing story of kindness. That night, Jim sat alone in his small, dimly lit kitchen. The only sound the ticking of the clock on the wall. The weight of Tom's plight hung over him, mingling with his own thoughts about retirement. He imagined Tom's family, their hopes, their dreams, and the harsh reality they were facing. The emotional toll was significant, and Jim found himself grappling with an unexpected dilemma. The next morning, as the first rays of dawn peeked through the curtains, Jim made a decision. He felt a sudden clarity, as though the weight of his own indecision had been lifted by the realization that he could make a difference in someone else's life. After a quick breakfast, Jim drove to the union office, his mind resolute. He approached the front desk and requested the necessary forms to submit his retirement paperwork. The process was straightforward, but for Jim it felt like a monumental step. As he completed the forms and handed them over, he couldn't help but feel a mix of relief and anxiety. This was the end of one chapter, but it was also the beginning of something new, something he hoped would be meaningful. Jim's thoughts immediately turned to Tom. He knew that his decision to retire could create an opportunity for someone else. He walked to his car, determination in his stride, and picked up his phone to call the union office. He requested to speak with the supervisor and, once connected, made a simple but impactful request. "I've just submitted my retirement paperwork," Jim said, his voice steady. "I'd like to recommend Tom Reynolds as my replacement. I know he's been having a tough time, and I believe he deserves a chance to get back on his feet. He's a hard worker and has a family to support." There was a moment of silence on the other end of the line. The supervisor's voice was cautious but intrigued. "I'll make a note of it and see what we can do. Thank you for the recommendation." Jim hung up, feeling a weight lift from his shoulders. He knew that it wasn't a guarantee, but hoped that his recommendation would be considered seriously. The following weeks were a whirlwind of transition. Jim wrapped up his responsibilities, handed over projects, and bid farewell to colleagues he had grown close to over the years. He focused on enjoying his remaining days on the job, knowing that his decision would soon bring change. As Jim's final day at the construction site approached, he couldn't help but feel a mix of anticipation and anxiety. He hoped that Tom would be given the opportunity he deserved. The day arrived, and Jim found himself saying goodbye to his co-workers and reflecting on the journey that had brought him to this point. A few months later, Jim received a call from the union office. The supervisor's voice was upbeat and enthusiastic. "Jim, I wanted to let you know that Tom Reynolds has been hired. He's been working with us for the past few weeks, and he's doing an excellent job. It seems like things are starting to look up for him." Jim's heart swelled with happiness. The news was a powerful affirmation of his decision. He felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that his retirement had opened the door for someone in need. The thought of Tom's family having some stability and hope was immensely gratifying. Life after retirement was a new adventure for Jim. He spent his days gardening, traveling, and enjoying the company of friends and family. The satisfaction of knowing that he had made a positive impact on someone's life remained a cherished part of his journey. 6 years passed, and Jim's decision continued to resonate. One day, while visiting a local community event, Jim ran into Tom. Tom's appearance had transformed. He was now more confident, his eyes brighter, and his demeanor more relaxed. The two men greeted each other with heartfelt hugs, and Tom's gratitude was palpable. "Jim," Tom said, his voice filled with emotion, "I can't thank you enough for what you did. You gave me a chance when I needed it most. My family and I are doing well now. I've been promoted to a supervisory role, and things are finally stable. Your kindness changed our lives." Jim's eyes misted over as he listened. The transformation in Tom's life was a testament to the power of kindness and generosity. The journey from uncertainty to success was not just a personal victory for Tom, but a powerful reminder of the impact that one person's decision can have on others. As Jim and Tom chatted about their lives, Jim felt a profound sense of satisfaction. The legacy he had hoped to create had come to fruition. The decision to retire, though initially filled with doubt, had led to a meaningful change in someone else's life. The experience was a testament to the idea that sometimes the most profound acts of kindness come from the simplest of decisions. In the end, Jim's story was not just about his retirement. It was about the ripple effect of compassion and the lasting impact of choosing to help someone in need. The legacy he left behind was not just measured in the projects he completed or the years he worked, but in the lives he touched and the difference he made through a single, selfless act. Jim's decision to retire and recommend Tom Reynolds was a powerful reminder of the potential we all have to make a difference. It was a story of kindness, transformation, and the extraordinary impact that one person's generosity can have on another's life. There's a popular quote by Harold Kushner that states, "When you are kind to others, it not only changes you, it changes the world." As Alternative Humanity, we are committed to changing the world together with you by populating the world with stories of kindness, love, and respect. What are your major takeaways from today's story? Let us know in the comments section. Would you like to share with the world your unique experience of kindness, love, and respect? Send us a quick email and we will definitely feature your story in our next video. Remember, be the change you wish to see in the world. See you in our next video.